Hello dudes. This time it's you versus home. I'm Pac-Gamer. My co-hosts are Banana Mr. General, Lara Cantic, and Rio Finn. Firestarter. The new maroon castaways must jump off the boat, swim across the area, and reach the drop-off beach where two individual immunity necklaces for which they are waiting. The first male and female to wear the necklaces win. Okay. Castaways has more forms. Okay. Barton Hugo? To the Barton Hugo? It's time for you to go. Supply dump. Tribes must traverse an obstacle course involving a jungle race, a cargo net crown, and a timer. The tribe members will then arrive at the supply dump, where they will gather valuable supplies. The tribes will choose which items they want to race with. The next obstacle was a 10-foot wall that the contestants would need to get themselves and their supplies over. They will then wade through a waist-deep swamp before dropping the supplies on beach mats. The final leg will be an outrigger race. Is on the water to retrieve the last flag. The first tribe to cross the finish line with the tribe flag win. The tribes have to keep in mind that whatever items they pick the supply up the only items they will obtain to win the challenge. Okay. First vote, backpack. Bart, that's Robo Backpack and Robo Bart. Bart, backpack, backpack, Bart. Bart. The first person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Bart Simpson. The final vote count was 6 more votes Bart and 3 votes backpack. I corroborate Bart. Never knew you were the first build so early. No way. The trap has spoken. Unless if you count Hugo and 2D Bart. The gauntlet. One at a time, each tribe member has to traverse a rope ring, 3 rolling barrels, a ballast beam, a wobbly bridge, and 2 rope handover bridge twist a pennant, followed by returning to the starting line. Meanwhile, 2 members of each tribe use swinging back to try and knock their opponents into the water as they cross the 3 middle obstacles. The first to 10 wins. Heads up, the 2 tribes must swim to a pontoon, dive down 10 feet to a rope threaded through a barrel, pull on it to a bag to drag a foot lower 50 feet. When it's next to the barrel, they will then open it to release 8 mess kits. Take them back to a solving station or shore, and place them in the right order to spell the Morse code for immunity. It's time to vote. First vote, Bart. Rescue pack. That's 1 vote rescue pack and 1 vote scalper. Rescue pack. Rescue pack. Rescue pack. The second person voted out of Season 10 is Rescue pack. The final vote count was 8 votes rescue pack and 1 vote scalper. Rescue pack. You lost to T Fortress 2 character. The trap has spoken. Equal. By any means necessary. In 2-on-2 matchups, each trap will swim out to retrieve an inner tube that I launch from the seafloor and take it on into the trap's platform. While dealing with players from the opposing trap, first players You can touch the life ring and the tribe pontoon with the point. The first tribe to 3 wins. Hot pursuit. Tethered together in opposite sides of an oval course, the 2 tribes will wade around while carrying a 20-pound backpack each. Players can draw part of the challenge at will, but they must give their pack to someone before unclipping themselves to the rope. The first tribe to catch the opponent and touch one of their members wins. It's time for first vote, swiper, backpack. That's one vote backpack and one vote swiper. Swiper, backpack, swiper, backpack, backpack. The third person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is backpack. The final vote count was 5 votes backpack and 3 votes swiper. Backpack, backpack. The tribe has spoken. Build a better bathroom. One member chooses 6 items from a barge loaded with home depot tools, and the tribe uses them, provided additional tools and materials and whatever else they can get their hands on to build a bathroom containing a toilet and a shower/wash area. The next morning, the head of the show's construction crew will visit the tribes and judge the bathrooms. The tribe with the best bathroom wins. Come on. Come on, dudes. What are you waiting? Okay, sumo at sea. Using large padded bags, each tribe member has to get their opponent off a platform and onto the surrounding water to win a point. Contestants must have 2 hands on the bag at all times and no feet. There will be one-on-one same-sex matchups. First tribe to 6 points wins. First vote, 3D Green Bot, Roblox Bot. That's one vote 3D Green Bot and one vote Roblox Bot. Alicia, that's one vote 3D Green Bot, one vote Alicia and one vote Roblox Bot. Alicia, Roblox Bot. The 4th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Roblox Bot. Wow. You got eliminated in episode 4 with 4 votes and placed 4th. The tribe has spoken. Rewards, sea salvage. One at a time, one member of each tribe sits in a small pontoon, while the rest of the tribe uses a rope and pulley to hold them to above an underwater shipwreck. Diving down to grab one of 14 submerged sink bottles, surfacing and traveling back to the tribe platform. The first tribe to receive 6 sink bottles wins. Okay. It's time for first vote, Green Bot. Benny. That's one vote Benny and one vote Green Bot. Benny, Green Bot, Benny, Green Bot. The 5th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Green Bot. That's why you were nerfed in You vs. Homer, Green Bot. Oh, okay. First vote, Angry Bot. Tico, that's one vote Angry Bots and one vote Tico. Alicia, that's one vote Alicia, one vote Angry Bots and one vote Tico. Alicia, Angry Bots, Angry Bots. The final vote goes to Angry Bart. Angry Bart who have immunity for the vote. First vote, 3D Green Bart, Alicia. That's one vote 3D Green Bart and one vote Alicia. 3D Green Bart. The sixth person voted out of Pac-Gamer Season 10 is 3D Green Bart. The tribe has poked 3D Green Bart. Equal again. Shooting gallery. Taking turns, one player at a time. Uses a replica World War II cannon gun to shoot color-coded tiles. First strike to break all 8 of the tiles wins. Okay. Build it up, break it down. Prior to the challenge, each tribe must steal the opposing tribe's flag on the footlocker and use provided rope to try and make the footlocker as impenetrable as possible. At the challenge, they have to retrieve 3 bundles of floating lumber. Then use the lumber and more rope to make it even more impenetrable. After 20 minutes, the tribe searches to the pile containing their flag and footlocker. Grab it as quickly as possible and raise the flag up a flagpole. First tribe to raise the flag wins. Okay. It's time to vote. First vote, Swiper. Benny. That's one vote Benny and one vote Swiper. Again. Swiper. Benny. Swiper. The final vote goes to Benny. The final vote count was 3 votes Benny and 3 votes Swiper. First vote, Benny. Swiper. That's one vote Benny and one vote Swiper. Yet again, Swiper. The 7th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Swiper. The final vote count was 3 votes Swiper and 1 vote Benny. Swiper. You should have swiped because the time is spoke. SOS. Tribes are told by a tree mail that a plane will be flying over their camp. Utilizing anything around their camp, they must get the plane's attention. The tribe with the better signal, according to the plane's pilot and drop master, wins. Sea Stars. This challenge is basically a giant 16 square sliding puzzle with a collar guiding the other 2 participating members to move the floating pieces around. The tribe may switch colors if they want to. First tribe to finish the puzzle wins. First vote, Click. Benny. That's one vote Benny and one vote Click. Benny. The 8th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Benny. The final vote count was 4 votes Benny and 1 vote Click. Benny the count. The tribe has spoken. Cool Hand Balut. Alternating players. Each tribe must eat 1, 2, 3, and 4 balloons in each of 4 rounds. They must finish to score a point. The most points after 4 rounds wins. In a tie, each tribe chooses their own representative for the tiebreaker. 85 balloons. On the current, 1 at a time, the tribe members have to swim to the closest of a line of 5 pontoons, pull themselves along a rope beneath it, and to a bag of puzzle pieces, unclip it, climb up, run along a raised balance beam back to the first pontoon, and swim back to shore. The 2 tribes must repeat the process 4 times, heading to the next farthest pontoon each time. Once all 4 bags have been collected, both members have to assemble the pieces to form a word search grid. They must find listed words in a grid, take the letters used in more than one word, and rearrange them to form a mystery 3-word phrase. It's time to vote. First vote, Emobot. Emobot. Map. That's 2 votes, Emobot, and 1 vote map. The 9th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10 is Emobot. The final vote count was 3 votes Emobot and 1 vote map. Emobot. This nightmare across the board that made Jake the person called the. But the trap has spoken. Still. You must. Oh, I'm honoring Simon X Pinky, so subscribe to him. Perch. Each tribe member will stand on top of a wooden pillar in the water. At random points, I'll take the survivors down by bringing food items. Last person left standing wins. Okay, Angelbot wins. First vote, map. Diego. That's 1 vote Diego and 1 vote map. Lisa. That's 1 vote Diego, 1 vote Lisa, and 1 vote map. Lisa. Diego. Lisa. Diego. Lisa. The 10th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10. And first member of the jury is Lisa. The final vote count was 5 votes Lisa, 3 votes Diego, and 1 vote map. This is not episode 10. But still, Lisa, the trap has spoken. Water tower. In teams of 4, the castaways must take 6 individually shaped pieces of scaffolding into the water 1 at a time and assemble them to make a climbable tower. The trains must then retrieve the pellets and swim back to shore. Group 1 wins. Last gasp. The castaways will be in water under a set of bars. When the tide rises, it will become more difficult to breathe. Last person left wins. Okay, Lisa will be banished to Exile Island. First vote, map. Click. That's 1 vote click and 1 vote map. Diego. That's 1 vote click, 1 vote Diego, and 1 vote map. Click. Map. Diego. Diego. And the final vote goes to map. The final vote count was 3 votes Diego, 3 votes map, and 2 votes click. Okay. First vote, there's a map. Diego. That's 1 vote Diego and 1 vote map. Diego. Map. Map. The 11th person voted out of Ongovivor Season 10, and second member of the jury is the map. The final vote count was 4 votes map and 2 votes Diego. Map, you should have won the tiebreaker or tie with me. But the tribe has spoken. This is an auction. The players must be given money to be used for the auction. Players may share money and items. Auction will end without notice. Kamikaze. Each contestant has 5 color-coded tiles in a grid of 35 times. 1 at a time, the contestant will throw coconuts to try to break the tile. The first person to break all of the tiles or have them broken wins. Okay. First vote, Scoutbot. Angry Bot. That's 1 vote Angry Bot and 1 vote Scoutbot. Angry Bot. Angry Bot. The 12th person voted out of Season 10, and the member of the jury is Bart. Angry Bot. The final vote count was 6 votes Angry Bot and 1 vote Scoutbot. Which I have spoken. It's the Almuni tie. First, question Q&A. Castaways will answer questions about Palau and Micronesia. If they got a question right, they will get to pull a lever, dropping a contestant's torch into the water. After 3 pulls, that person's torches will all fall into the water and they will be out. Last person standing wins. Second chance. This is an elimination challenge. First up, the final 6 must go up a tire ladder and traverse a net maze. The first 5 contestants to make their way to the end of the maze will move on. After that comes a slightly puzzle. First 4 move on. After that, the remaining 4 must either 3 balloon. The first 3 to finish the balloon moves on. The final 3 must untie a box, grab the flag inside, and finish up the flagpole. The first 2 move on. The 2 finalists must break 3 colored tiles with a replica World War II kind of gun. First, the person to accomplish that wins. First vote, Diego. Scalper. That's 2 votes Diego and 1 vote Scalper. The 13th person voted out of company season 10 and 4th member of the jury is Scalper. The final vote counts 4 votes Scalper and 2 votes Diego. The tribe has spoken. Think fast, Choconuts! Raft Rally. The 5 remaining contestants must paddle a traditional Palawan bamboo wrapped to one of 5 pontoons, untie a color-coded bag, and bring it back to a crate on the dock. Once all 5 bags have been retrieved, they have to use the distance markers and provide the guidepost to correctly mark the distance between Palau and the major world cities. 5 major world cities. RAM. The castaways must have to cross the discwalk, a group of floating pontoons, and a 2-row hand traverse to reach a platform. They must memorize positions of 15 images in a grid. They return to the start and use matching tiles to recreate the grid. They need to return the grid at the far end if any mistakes are made. First person to correctly align the images wins. First vote, Diego. Click. That's 1 vote Click and 1 vote Diego. Click. The 14th person voted out of Ongovivor season 10 and 5th member of the jury is Click. The final vote count was 4 votes Click and 1 vote Diego. Click the tribe has spoken. Tower of Domination. Survivors must race up a tire crawl, then navigate through a series of vertical escape hatches to reach the top of a 3-story tower. Once at the top of the tower, the survivors must use grappling to retrieve keys that unlock a hatch covering a flag, which they must raise. The first 2 players to finish will race down the flying box into the ocean and retrieve a combination lock box containing another flag. After figuring out that the box is combination, the survivors must retrieve the flag and raise it. The first person to raise the final flag wins. First vote, Tico. Isa. That's 1 vote Isa and 1 vote Tico. Diego. That's 1 vote Diego, 1 vote Isa and 1 vote Tico. The 15th person voted out of season 10 and 6th member of the jury is Diego. The final vote count was 2 votes Diego, 1 vote Isa and 1 vote Tico. Diego Marquez. The trap has spoken. Baba Booey. The survivors must grab onto a navigational buoy and hang on while the buoy sways from side to side. The last player left hanging wins. Okay, Tico wins immunity. It's the only vote goes to the 16th person voted out of season 10 and 7 members of the jury. That person is Alicia. The final vote count was okay, Alicia, the tribe has spoken. The finalists face the jurors. First vote, Isa. Tico. That's 1 vote Isa and 1 vote Tico. Tico. The last vote, and the winner is Tico. The final vote count was 6 votes Tico and 1 vote Isa. Congratulations, Tico. You are the winner. Congrats. Lisa wins the fan favorite award, being the juror. Thanks for watching. See you on Ongovivor Season 11.